All right, my friend. In sports, we have what we call the guilty pleasure. And I'm actually ashamed to say what mine is, but I'm going to say it because I watch this every year. There's two events that I watch. They're kind of off the mainstream. I watch the college softball tournament and the college baseball tournament. Never watch it the rest of the year. Don't care the rest of the year. But when these two events come on, I watch. Just like the World Series, the Little League World Series. Mike, you don't watch that, but a lot of people watch that. I check that. That's my guilty pleasure. It's something not mainstream, not exactly proud of it, but I get my little popcorn, my little drink, and I'm watching most plays because I really enjoy it. It's really a lot of fun. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing or once-in-a-year thing. You win or you go home. I love tournaments. I love things like that. And so my guilty pleasure, college softball tournament, college baseball tournament.
But why is it guilty?
Because
why are you ashamed?
Because it's not one of the majors. It's not the NBA, the NHL or something. And typically it's something you don't watch.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, during that time, I'm glued to the TV. I want to see what's going on. I don't know who any of these people are. I know that some of the softball players wear ribbons, some don't. The baseball players are trying to be all macho and everything, and I love the cling of the bat. It's not the wood bat, it's the metal bat. I like the way it sounds, but so it's a guilty pleasure because, it's not something you really talk about. You don't talk about with the fellas. You don't go to the bar and talk about the Little League World Series or the College World Series or anything like that. That's why it is a guilty pleasure. I'm not mainstream. Whatever.
That's unfortunate. That's automated. 248-539-9797. So again, all right. So you got to define what is this sports guilty pleasure though that you're doing here. Like I don't think Terry should feel guilty about watching that. So he enjoys college athletics. I don't know. Doug watches college cycling. Is that guilty?
Yeah, it is because he's ashamed of it too.
Okay, so hold on. So last night, let me give you an example. Last night, and there's no pretense here. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I got so bored of the Pistons game, and something else was on TV I really wanted to watch at 9 o'clock. Okay? So I'm openly telling you I went a different direction. My hometown school, Siena, was playing Iona, and I wanted to watch it. I mean, I know people who went to Siena. Okay, so here's the point. Now, hey, Cal Ripken was courtside last night at the Times Union Center in downtown Albany. You watch yourself. So, and now, it was a very entertaining game. Not that anybody cares. The point is me watching Siena and Iona a guilty pleasure? I love college basketball. It was for a berth to the tourney, and I wanted to see the hometown Siena Saints get in the mix. Because if you remember, when Siena does go to the tournament, they beat people. They beat Stanford. They've beaten Ohio State. I think they beat Georgia Tech back in the day.
I think what saved you is the hometown aspect. You're from there. This is your boys playing. Well, not your boys, but, your little schools that you like over there on the East Coast. So I think that's what saved you. If it was St. Mary's and
how do you know I didn't watch St. Mary's?
You probably did, but I'm just saying if it was St. Mary's and San Francisco State, I'm not going to even say Gonzaga, then perhaps that's a guilty pleasure.
All right, so you got to define it for the people, though.
Okay, here's what I'm defining as a guilty pleasure. It's off the mainstream. I'm jacking. It's not what you typically would watch. It's not something that you talk about with the fellas about, but you watch it every year. It's your guilty
So does it
pleasure.
have to be yearly, or can it just be on a regular basis?
Well, on a regular basis. Mine is yearly. You either watch it every year or every couple years, whenever it happens. It can be the Olympics.
You guys are looking too far into it. It's simply an out-of-the-ordinary event that, let's be honest here, something that people would probably laugh at you for watching. That's what a sports guilty pleasure is.
Bam.
And yes, Terry, part of what you just said is right. A non-mainstream event, off the beaten path, that people would probably joke about and make fun of you for watching.
And when I was saying what they were, Mike was giving me that look like, oh, really? Mm-hmm.
But yes, I do think that the small school, the small conference tournaments or of that nature would be a sports guilty pleasure because not a ton of people watch it.
But it's his local school.
Yeah, but I mean, here, I'll cop to it. I watch a lot of the small conference tournament championships. I enjoy seeing these kids know they have no chance of going to
Guilty pleasure.
to the Final Four. So that's, geez, I don't feel guilty about it, though.
Yeah, but yours, I think, you always like watching the spelling bee. You did.
I used to.
You did a topic, and that would
Yeah.
really epitomize.
Kabara
the
Goya.
guilty-
He
the guilty
retired
pleasure.
from that, didn't he?
Yeah, I haven't caught it in a couple of years. And after Kabara Goya, kid, I don't really think it was going to get any better. That was the opus.
That's a perfect example, though. A spelling bee, the hot dog eating contest.
Right.
For me, I love watching the NFL scouting combine. Can't get enough of it. Glued to my TV.
But see, I don't think the combine's a guilty pleasure. I just think it means you're a bit of a bozo.
Exactly.
Right.
People would make fun of you. That is a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Most people would make fun of you for watching it.
All right, so then what? I get made fun of all the time by you idiots. I love horse racing. Is that a guilty pleasure?
Yes, it is.
The non-big three, I would say, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, go to hell. I watch it all the
No,
time.
no. In New Jersey and Kentucky, it's not. But in Michigan, it is. It is a
okay.
guilty pleasure.
All right.
You're a
then
transplant.
So then that's mine.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing else that would be more relevant. I mean, look, you guys get to make fun of me all the time during the Triple Crown. But the rest of the year, yeah, I mean, I love it.
I like every year when you get your new suit and new hat.
I don't wear
For
hats. They don't make hats in my head size.
Yes,
Like
come on
no,
now.
No,
It's not
literally,
that big.
I would need like a Flex Fit fedora by Nike. It doesn't exist. Like I have a Shrek head. You are the purveyor of hats. You showed me your little picture the other day. You've gotten into pimp hats now.
Just a pimp hat, as in singular.
You're
So
not
you
just.
only have one?
He ain't
I
gonna
only
stop
have
at one.
pink, not pink, but pimp hat.
You don't interchange. You don't put on another one.
He will.
Nah,
David,
I only
my-
have
it's
one.
coming.
I
My
may get a
dad
second
started
one.
with
We'll
one,
see.
and you know what? Now he's got 4 or 5 different hats. He loves his hat.
I'm not saying it's not going to grow to 4 or 5. I'm just saying right now, only have one.
I did see him wearing that. There was a picture on Facebook where he was wearing that hat. It looked like Rocky Balboa.
Was he bouncing a tennis ball off the ground too while he was at it? 248-539-9797. So apparently I'm supposed to feel bad because I watch small college basketball for right to go to the tourney.
So let's see if mine qualifies then.
Okay.
Mine is the very first day of the NFL league year. I watch ESPN and NFL Network nonstop. Nonstop.
The first day of what?
The first day of the NFL league year, which starts Thursday at 4 p.m. This is just a sampler. Today, just a sampler. Just a tampering period. But the best day is when the league year starts. I watch it. When
Dork.
the league year started at midnight, I was up.
I don't think he should feel bad about watching
At
that.
midnight?
Yeah, when it was at midnight, I was up.
Yeah, but
watching all the coverage.
Okay, why should he feel bad about that? That's not a guilty pleasure. It's just it's
Yes, it is. He has to be up at midnight. It's not like he's watching it during normal times.
Well, now
Most
it's normal
people
time.
don't watch that.
Yeah, now it's normal times at 4 o'clock, which helps me. But midnight, I was up.
Are you
nonstop.
addicted?
I am addicted to it.
He's addicted. That's a guilty pleasure.
I'm shaking right
Guilty.
now just for tampering period.
Dude,
I love
he's
it.
shaking.
I
Michael,
absolutely love
I
it.
think
He is
I
shaking.
think he was over exaggerating.
No, he is shaking for real. He wasn't over exaggerating.
No, I'm not. Already for the tampering period, I was excited when today hit. When I woke up, I was so excited for noon to hit.
But here's the problem. Okay,
Had no trouble getting back in. Oh, I do it right.
so noon is hit.
Noon hit, tampering period has
We're
begun.
sitting here at 2:30.
I know.
What do we got?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said the
What do we
best
got?
day is the 4 o'clock day on Thursday when the league year hits.
Do we have any tampering update?
Not right now.
You have nothing.
Come on.
That's why Thursday at 4 is the better day because you get trades, you get the signings, you get everything. People getting released. It's great.
Look at that man's face,
Woo!
Mike.
I love it.
That's a dork.
I
He's a
respect the
dork
passion.
about
I
this.
was doing this when I was 10.
Oh my God! Now that
I
come on now,
love it.
Mike. That's guilty pleasure. That's something wrong with this dude.
You know what? I'm going to let Terry handle this. I just think it's good old American passion right there. He loves his
man.
football.
That brother's got something wrong with him.
248-539-9797. We'll get some of the people in the mix next. 97.1.